Soups are part of almost every Italian celebration. Americans, on the other hand, like their soup with a salad. Today, we're gonna make everybody happy. I'm gonna make a nice soup, a warm potato and pepper salad. These recipes are delicious and hail from the region of Calabria. Zuppa di verdure. Well, today we go to Calabria. You know, Italy has 20 regions. And of all the regions, if there's one hot region in flavor, it's Calabria. And they're known for the little peperoncino. You know, when you see that capocollo in the store and it's red inside, that's Calabria. That's the peperoncino from Calabria. So let's make this delicious soup. Oil. And this soup is almost a whole meal. You know, some pork ribs, and then all the vegetables and all of that. So you have a first course, which is the soup, and then you have the meat to follow. Just salt it a little bit, and it takes just a few minutes, and then in the same pan, with the little kind of bits and pieces that are right in here, we'll continue to cook the soup. And while they're just caramelizing, I appreciate your questions very much. And here is Terence Lusk from Delaware, and he asks, what is the best way to cook soup with potatoes and noodles so they don't become mushy? Well, the potatoes in the base needs to cook thoroughly and kind of even break down a little bit. But the pasta is the subject there. And what you do with the pasta, you only put it to cook 20 minutes before you eat. So if you're making a big pot of soup, don't put the pasta in there when you're going to eat the soup tomorrow. Make the basis of the soup, whatever they say is pasta or rice, you save that and you cook that before eating it. It takes about 20 minutes and you have your pasta or rice cooked. So divide your soup, put it in the refrigerator, pull out what you need, and cook your pasta just before eating. Got that, Terence? Okay. So this is nice and caramelized. And right in here, we'll go with the onion, with the garlic. And here, the basis of the soup is beans. So these are the cannellini beans, the dry cannellini beans, which are less expensive, and you can have them in your cupboard whenever you feel like having a soup. You put them to soak the night before, and here they are. This is leeks. And here we have fresh bay leaves, 2 fresh bay leaves, and they're intense. If you do not have fresh bay leaves, you can put dry bay leaves, but use about double the amount. Use 4 dry bay leaves. Make sure that you put them, you get the flavor out of them, and you pull them out before serving the soup. Let me just season a little bit with salt. And this is the peperoncino from Calabria, and it's called the diavolillo. They're little devils. They're so hot. But I love these 2, are quite spicy, but we can put 3. So I need water to make soup. To expedite the cooking process, I'm already warming some water, and this is simple plain water. And no salt, because if you put salt, the beans harden. They take much longer to cook. So cook the beans until they're almost cooked, and then add salt to your soup. So let's add the beans in there, just like that. And I always tell you that, but I'm gonna tell you again, and you gotta do it. When you buy cheese, save the rinds. Of all of these hard cheeses, save the rind. You brush them, you wash them a little bit, and you put them right into your soup for flavor. We'll close this, we'll let this simmer away until the beans are about halfway cooked. And that will take maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes. It's time to check on the soup again, on the beans. All right, let's see. The aroma is already good. Yeah, I can see they're halfway done. So maybe another 30, 40 minutes. Let's add the potatoes, shredded Savoy cabbage, Now just let's slide in all of the pork ribs. So this is good. We'll cover it and we'll let it simmer, I guess, another 30, 40 minutes, and then we'll finish it off. Oh, the soup should be there. Yeah, you see when it has this kind of volcanic bubbling here, that means that it's nice and dense and it's good. Now, we did not put salt. You remember, I told you not to, so let's add the salt now. Now, it's not unusual, especially in kind of country-style family meals, this would be one whole meal, to add some day-old bread, just like that. You add it in, and it kind of really enriches the soup, and it thickens the soup. And while that's cooking, let me remove the ribs. The ribs should be cooked. So you see when the meat kind of begins to come off the bone, that's when it's just done right. I think I've gotten all of the meat out. I also like to add just a drizzle of olive oil. Just like that. You know, there's usually in the small towns and in the poorer areas, there was one pot like that, and that was the meal for everybody. If you were lucky, you got a piece of meat as a second. So it wasn't unusual when you came home as a kid or whatever, what's for dinner? And the response would be, you know, the one thing that was for dinner, minestra, pasta fagioli. And, you know, as a kid, you would say, oh my God, again, pasta fagioli, oh my God, again, minestra. Well, there's an old Italian saying that addresses that issue. O mangia questa minestra o fuori dalla finestra. And that means either you eat the soup or out the window you go because there's nothing else. So, okay. I think this is just about done. I'll close it. And I'm going to take my time because this is boiling hot, as you can see. I think that's a good portion full. A drizzle of olive oil, just like that. A little bit of grated pecorino cheese. And if you want a little parsley just to freshen it up, but you know, I think this looks inviting. So you sit at a table, nice bowl of this, a piece of the rib, nice chunk of bread, good glass of wine. Nothing wrong with that, right? Okay, so let me go here on the corner. It really is delicious. And you saw that? So it takes some time back and forth. It takes maybe 2 hours, the whole thing. But you have a big pot, first course, second course, and even leftover for tomorrow.